which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There's no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. It's not like Google and Facebook. It's not like Apple and Amazon. Yeah, we can debate Apple or Amazon. What's better? They both look like tech monopolies to me. They both look pretty good. On the other end, Bitcoin or no, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's crypto asset. This entire idea of like 60% dominance is bullshit, ridiculous, stupid, right? Like, it's stupid. It's not 60% dominant. It's like 96% or 95% dominant, right? The thing, and you compare it as a crypto asset to a like kind of proof of work crypto network, right? There's going to be a store of value. You know, you're lucky if you find it, you can scrape together 5% of other stuff in the last bucket, so there is no real commitment.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're jumping in on the live stream. Hope you're all well. Crypto is pumping. Bitcoin is looking very, very, very nice, and we've had some nice moves when it comes to altcoins as well. So we'll go through that. We'll talk about what's been happening as well, just in the altcoin market. And are we in a bull market? Are we in a bear market? Are we back? Is the real question. Now, if you know me, I've been talking about a possible drop in September towards basically September, October, beginning of October. And I'm getting very bullish, right? We're in the end of August right now. We're coming into September. But I'm getting extremely bullish because if there is to be a drop-off, and if there is to be a retest of its low, which I don't know if it will, but if there is, it's over in the space of a month or so. Okay, so all of that being said, we've seen a 22% move in the last few days actually, when it comes to Bitcoin. So probably the bottom's in. I can't tell you exactly that the bottom's in, but it is held up and done very well against the weekly 200-week moving average, and it's sitting very nice. I mean, we had a little bit of sell-off on the weekend, as is normal, but as the markets open up, we're starting to open up green. So, hey, let's see. Let's bring up some charts and let's have a little look. And we have Bitcoin here sitting at $79,300. It looks like it's going to push, right? So the resistance is going to be at $82,966. So 83K when we look on the weekly time frame. If we actually have a look at moving averages, I'll bring this up real quick. We have basically blasted it. This is where I'm like, probably the bottom's in. We've literally blasted in the last week. We've literally blasted from that 200-week moving average all the way up. So we've completely broken that, and everything is indicating green here on my MGC indicators. So 8 EMA green, 10 SMA green, 21 EMA green, 50 EMA green, 89 EMA green, 200 SMA green, 200 EMA green, 377 EMA green. So yeah, looking good, man. Like really looking very, very nice when you look at it on the weekly time frame. Actually, I think it's just dipped below the 89 EMA, but looking very, very good. Also, let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum looks great. Looks really, really good. Now, that being said, yeah, could you have some sort of crazy move down? I mean, I think Ben Cohen just did a video recently on basically there could be a COVID-like drop and you're going to see Bitcoin at 40K or something like that. Personally, I don't know. I like when it comes to Benjamin Cohen, I'm like, maybe he's in full cope mode. But hey, I mean, we will know in the next 2 months, right? We will know, not even 2 months, right? Like we've said before that probably the bottom would be October 5th. So we're talking less than 2 months away. We're talking 1 month and probably 2 weeks, essentially. So this has been a good time to DCA. I mean, still, if this drops, if you see a pullback after such a big move, we've had like really decent moves this on the daily time frame, but you can see that we've had some massive moves. If we get pullbacks and if we get drops, especially if it goes and retests this liquidity down here, so there's like a 19% drop, then you want to be accumulating. When you have a candle like this, it's pretty insane. When you look at it on the weekly time frame, that's a clear moving structure. Like here, we had it before it went up to its all-time high. So that candle there, you see, there's been a little bit of a retest here. This was in the June period. You had a bit of a retest coming back down after that top candle was like there. So if I just quickly bring out my tool, it went down about 26%. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do have a little bit of a test, because you've had a clean gap up there. You might have the same thing where you have like a little bit of a, maybe the price goes up to say 2.6, then it drops down, maybe down to 2, and then boom, you're looking like the price is going to go, and start to test into the 3K mark, 3.5K. Again, this is all speculation, but this is on the weekly time frame. You can see here what happens. Nice move down. It takes a few weeks, maybe 6-7 weeks, 6-7, and then ends up doing what it did. And this was a crazy zone to buy. This was in peak bull market, and it was just crazy that the price went down below what we've done in this bear market. Right, this bear market has held really well at the $1,500 mark. We had 1 week where it actually wicked down into the 1,300, but I actually don't think we'll ever get, and I'm saying this, take this with a pinch of salt. When it comes to Ethereum, I don't think we ever get Ethereum below $1,500. And I actually thought that probably the price would drop down and probably hit about $1,000. Looking at the structure now, it reminds me of the structures that we had, like in terms of the way up, right? There was always resistance to the price structure of 4K. So we're always around 4,100 in the bull market. We were like always getting up here, 4-1 basically, but always getting jeeted back down, come straight back down. So we had 3 attempts at that to break the 4K mark when it was in the bull market in 24. And then we finally got it right at the end of 25. In the same way, we've had structure breakdown multiple times when it comes to Ethereum to the downside towards 1,500. So we had it in the bull market where we had the breakdown literally wicked down to 1.3, but it was sitting around 1.5. There was a structure there. We've also had it here in this mark here, one wick here, second wick here. So maybe we get a third test, if September is a bad month, could happen. You could have a third test, but then I think this structure here, 1,500, maybe you get a little wick down to 1.4, but I doubt it. It looks too bullish in terms of its momentum. Again, though, when you have this big price move up, you're always going to get like some pullback at some point. You do get some nice movement up, structure created, maybe a little bit of sideways or consolidation, probably move down, and then the next leg up. So I think when we look at it, we're pricing in probably the Clarity Act coming up. Clarity Act won't happen. I mean, it's not even going to be on the table for discussion until September. So we're talking probably mid-September. By the time it actually gets passed, probably end of September. I know there's a big push for it, but that could be your event, right? And as we know, prior to the event, price action usually starts to pivot up and go up. Then when the actual event happens, sometimes it can be a bit of a nothing burger, or like there isn't much going on. There might be a bit of a sideways consolidation, or even price move down a little bit, just because it's buy the news, sell the rumor. No, sorry, what is it? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yes, that's the one. Yeah. So you get that kind of event where the event is, and I've seen this a lot. You see this a lot as well. Even with when Trump came into power, like just before he came into power, we had price accelerate the day that he was voted in. So I think it was November 5th where he got voted in, and we had like crazy. Let's go on the Bitcoin chart so I can just show you, and you guys can have a little look at this. We had this where, okay, Trump gets into power. This was back in 2024, I believe. September, October, November. October. Let me get this right. Trump voted into presidency. Yeah. November 5th, 2024. Okay, let's go on the chart. So when we look at Bitcoin, go back into 2024 period, and we see this. If my chart loads. Here we go. There we go. Right. We're sitting in around, let's go further up here. August, September, October, October. There it is, November 4th. So we're sitting at 66K, right? November 4th, 66K, then you had that price move. And that happened all the way into January. Obviously, in January, Trump goes into power, right? He's officially, into power. So we had that kind of top happen. Then we had a price move down. You might get the same thing, not financial price, but you might get the same thing where you had a 30% retrace after that. And then it's the next step. So you just that pullback off of the news. So again, same thing could be happening in terms of structure. We could be having like a decent price move, up until that Clarity Act actually gets signed in, and that went up, 60% when it came to Bitcoin. So yeah, to me, I mean, like structures are looking good, especially on Ethereum. Structures are looking really, really good, holding up really, really well. Solana's nearly $100 now, kind of crazy. I was expecting this to go down to $40, hasn't. BNB at $700 and has been sitting around 500, and XRP went down just below $1. So there are places where people are holding the price up and doing very, very well. In terms of other stuff as well, I know most of my audience are pulse chain guys. Yeah, on the daily doesn't look great, but in terms of like the actual price structures, when you look at Hex, for example, it is up quite a bit. I did tweet like, please, Richard, don't say anything. Like, dude, like just don't tweet. It's up 7x from the bottom. I think that's what he tweeted, right? He did that and he tweeted that, and I was like, it's better when you don't say nothing. But in terms of structure, it's looking very good. If you're like a guy who's not in pulse chain or whatever, most people will now know it. We are in a position where, look, this change to the chart is quite hilarious. Actually, this is it never used to be like this, but clearly they've done some updates on Deck Screener. It's been rough, man. I mean, we all know what it is. It's correlated to Ethereum in the sense of it is like essentially on the basis of whales who own a lot of Ethereum that could pump this chart. It's very low liquidity. I think like my question is, and a lot of people don't like the fact that I've been maybe slightly bearish when it comes to this ecosystem, is just like, well, what's the future? It can't just be, the 4 or 5 coins or the coins Richie makes or whatever. Like, what is the future? Where's it going? One of the guys that we spoke to, he's doing really, really well when it comes to hold on. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab here. His chart's doing really well. People know it. I mean, we had him on and we were talking about P Tiger. And if you had listened to my stream with Tiger Crypto, I mean, like, he's a bag worker, man. Like, the guy's very charismatic. He's really awesome to see. And I'm just very happy that the chart is moving in the right direction for him. And so it's the only project I at the moment where I'm seeing like this is bullish for Pulse Chain, although the liquidity could be a little bit better, but it's growing. It's at 5 mil already. It's probably gonna, if the price of Pulse Chain is going up, and this is a low liquidity coin, it's probably going to go up further. And it's done a really nice U shape and recovery, and gone to new all-time highs. Went up to 6.4 mil. In terms of like other stuff, right? When I'm talking about the playground of like what you can jump into, because people do want like medium caps and micro caps and things like that, where you can turn a few $100, a few $1,000 into hundreds of thousands, if not a milli. We haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen $1 billion meme coin. Those things need to happen for it to be a chain that is probably taken super seriously. Because right now, like if you look at the LARPing that's going on when it comes to Solana and things like that, you see all the stuff about Kimchi, you see like Rasma, you see a lot of these guys. They get traction and they do clips. And I was speaking to a couple of guys, Famous, we were talking, and he was like, and I agree with him with this, that the future of content and the future of crypto content in general is short form content. TikTok stuff is really, really good, but also like people, the best way to onboard is through this short form content. And it's not just repurposing clips of like Richard Hart. Like you have to actually come up with some interesting concepts. I always kind of like the idea that if there was tokens to get behind, and you could do it with core tokens or you could do it with shitcoins on Pulse Chain, but you would have to put out as much clips as you can as possible. Short form content, less than 30 seconds, because there is lots of platforms right now that are competing for attention. Has to be sharp, to the point, precise, and it has to just explain real easy. Super Hex Win does a really good job of this. Tiger Crypto does a really good job of this. I'm just trying to think. Richard's brother, although he does go off of some tangents and stuff like that, but it's pretty good. Like the TikTok side of things, pretty good, but also that content's going to come to X as well. So short form content is king. It's just a lot of work, a lot of editing, and quite tedious. Like for really good short form content, you have to actually do that. Yeah, I've seen a few people talking about gains. I'll talk about it in a second. Wish I got the heads up on that one, but but yeah, I just coming back to this short form content. Like we do need to be making short form content. So if you've got a ticker, like just get a phone out, get on TikTok or something like that. TikTok clips, start clipping and just make clips. Put it on YouTube, put it on Twitter, and you can put it on TikTok. And just start saying it, and you can use the green screen background. It's pretty good. So yeah, I would say that's pretty decent. Let's have a look at PulseX for a second, because I've just got the chart up here. Finding a bit of resistance right here. 401468. So around this mark here, you can see it's touched this line a few times or come off it. So we've got to see a nice clean breakthrough, but has been doing well. ProveX is rallying. I had a really big rally over the weekend as well. So maybe some capital rotation there. Guys, just remember that Buck is up 137%. So always remember that as it heads towards its new all-time high. Let's hope he doesn't absolutely grape the chart. But yeah, should be good. Yeah, a couple guys in the chat asking me to have a look at some stuff, so I'll come back to that in a second. Base Chad, I appreciate it, man. Nice to see you, Alpha Baller. We need to do some streams together soon. Let's do it. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, bro. I don't know why the emojis don't show on Restream. It's absolutely frustrating as fuck. Face blue smiling. Okay, cool. Our season. Yeah, you can't say our season until you go to all-time high, bro. I hate to burst the bubble. Until this is at new all-time high, our season is there. It kind of pissed me off, but I posted something like the following was like, do the moon math after it hits all-time high. And I saw DCC liked it, a few other guys liked it. The reason why I say that is because it's like what you don't want to happen. Okay, for a lot of you guys, you're not even public and you're not doxed or anything, so it doesn't really matter. But for a lot of guys who are publicly doxed, they're probably not going to really go on the hype train because unless they're a Hex only or a Pulse Chain only content creator, because they've done that before. They've been on that train before, and they've said, "Oh, look at the pump." Like for example, back here, oh my gosh, it's pumping, Hex pumping. Maybe it hits an all-time high, right in this zone here, or maybe when Pulse Chain first came out here, and it was pumping and possibly was going to do a new all-time high, or in this pump here when it went from 2 zeros 3.9 up to a 1 cent Hex. So they've gone on our season, this, that, and the other, moon math, what if Hex hits this amount or whatever. And you can't be speculating like that anymore, especially when the chart has done, holy crap, 99% down essentially on a new fresh chart. I'm not even looking at like eHex and how it started on Ethereum and it was even higher. It was 56 cents. So, you can't really say nothing. Like, yeah, you can promote it, but you can't say anything until we get into another 600, 700%. And the reason why I say that is because you want the momentum to continue. So in order for that momentum to happen, you don't want them accumulating, like the game is, you don't want them accumulating units down at this low. Especially if you were a sack guy, you sacrificed and you got in on something like a Pulse X, and the sack rate is all the way up here at 301. Well, why the hell are you going to give an advantage to someone else when you're 600% down on your bags? Or maybe even you've been DCAing the low or whatever, this, that, no, fuck that. Okay, this game is savage, it's brutal, it's player versus player, and you want the waves of momentum, especially you want that capital to flow in as it gets closer to all-time highs. The reason why I say that is because, one, you're going to get people cashing out, but two, in order to maintain that momentum, you have to have like constant cash flow coming in, and so you don't want it to just get toppy. So maybe when it gets up towards sack rate, or it gets up to these higher points here, you start doing the moon math and all that bollocks. But don't be doing moon math down here, bro. Like, because it's just retarded. Yeah, as a participant, it's retarded. And you might say, "Oh, that's morally wrong, MGC. Like, why are you not giving people the best position?" Because you're in a competition at the end of the day. I hate to say it, but you're in a competition with other people, and you giving them possibly, like, unless you've bought at the all-time low, right? I refuse to buy at the all-time low because I didn't know where the all-time low would be. But at an 80% or 90% increase from this low, I'm happy to buy for sure. But I had to have confirmation of that. So you're competing with other people. So what's the point in handing it over to someone else who's not been in the markets before, who doesn't give a damn about their bags and probably will sell at 2x, or they'll probably sell their whole position. let them buy higher, and then let them experience that 2x, and possibly keep the momentum going, and see new all-time highs. That's where you got to go. Like, you have to let this thing ride. Don't get too overly excited, because it's just better that way. Like, if you have lower, there's going to be a pullback, and there has to be some market structure. But hopefully, this continues and tests some of these highs here, and then starts to make its next leg into the next part of next year. So again, am I hating on people that get like all moon mathy with this kind of stuff? No, I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying that it's slightly retarded what you're doing. Like, you are playing against other players, and the idea really, what I want to see, okay, is the price moving up exponentially, and then the activity on smaller caps and meme coins and all of this kind of stuff. Like, in order for it to be a thriving ecosystem, you have to have both. You have to have like small market cap shitters going to tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not happening right now, because everyone has been broke or has been completely destroyed by this ecosystem. So you have to have, in order for you to have our season, you have to have both. We've had separate, like when it comes to posting, we've had separate. We've had core coins runners, and then we've had like meme season. And what happened, if you remember rightly, right? Hexologists and all of those like hex guys, go buy some more hex, stake it 55555. Those guys got pissed off when Pump Tires came out. A lot of the guys, this is fake. This is not. Why would Richard do this? Why would Richard launch this? Why? Because the core coins were getting freaking cheated, and the price was going down on their backs. And then all of the meme coins started skyrocketing, and people were turning $1,000 into $1 million. It's like, when those two correlate and go together at the same time, we see this now kind of like with Solana. We've seen this with Ethereum and Robinhood recently. But when those really come together, it's powerful, because when the core asset, the gas token, has this momentum and starts moving, and then you have the meme coins as well, no one's complaining because everything's going up. So people don't think it's like a liquidity move where it's like the liquidity from the core tokens have moved into the new memes or some BS like that, and they'll get butthurt and pissed off about it. When an ecosystem is really doing freaking well is when both are happening together. It's really important, like a really important point. So that's why I want to see. Right now, the core coins are doing, a few 100% off the bottom. GG's, amazing. But what meme coins are happening? Now, I know a few guys have been talking about this, but this is a pure example. And I saw, I think it was, guys, give me a position, yeah? Send me some of this stuff, right? So I'm not going to hate on this, right? It's like the Hex Dog or something like that, but we can't even get it past a milli. Come on, guys. Come on. Like people can't take this seriously unless it gets past a milli. But GG's. It's gone up quite a bit. Alpha Ball has been bag working like hell. Same with Prince and a few other guys as well. So, and they posted some good stuff in the sense of one of the frustrations. I agree with this frustration. One of the frustrations, this coin, like on a different chain, would like skyrocket. Like a mascot coin or something like that on a different chain would skyrocket. Like if it was on Robinhood or if it was on Solana in particular or something like that. Like you think of Cake Coin, you think of other coins that have run. It's a shame, right? Like it's a shame that the price hasn't moved on these smaller market cap coins. It's good, but I don't know. Like I was talking to a couple of lads and I was saying, like privately, like, are we going to get a meme season, or are we going to get like a season where we get runners, And I think fundamentally, like the guys who really had decent runners, like you think PCGC, you think of smaller, Solidex's multiple different tickers that he had, the PDI, P narrative, all of that crap. Those guys were wealthy from Hex, and then they just chucked it into their token. And you were getting this. So you were getting like a big leader. That's why people watch on wallets so much. You get some community leader or some guy who staked Hex and made a load of money from it, a couple mil, a few mil, whatever, and then they were chucking a portion of that into the new ticker that they've made. They're broke now. Like all of them are broke in comparison to what they were. So they've gone from millions or a million or a few million down to a few thousand, maybe even less. So you're not going to see that like the meme coins really move until those guys are rich again. And once those guys are rich again, then they go, okay, I'm going to chuck 1 mil, 2 mil into this coin, and we're going to make it move, and we're going to make things happen. So we need that. We also need like guys who degen to make some decent money on the core tickers. And why do you need that? All of that, okay? Because like the core maxis will be like, oh, bro, you don't need all of that. You want volume, and you want activity happening on your chain. Not only is it good for obviously your buy and burns and all that crap, but you also do want it for exit rig. You also want it for notoriety. You want it for potential listings in the future. You need it. You need it because in order for the product to survive, the blockchain to survive long term, you need many different people coming across and using the chain. Solana was a dead frozen chain back in 2021, basically 22. Kept freezing, whatever. Look what they've done. Look what they've innovated. Look how they are one of the biggest runners now going forward. Robinhood recently looks good, although they can't get a coin above freaking 14 mil, so fuck them. But for these chains to do well, there has to be the bigger guys have to put in some decent money into new tickers. I'm just giving free advertisement here to Gains, so you've seen that enough. But yeah, you need the big guys to go, okay, I'm going to launch a project, or I'm going to do something, or we're going to moon this coin, and then you'll probably see some guys who start, if you combine that with short form content, and you combine that trying to go on the degen side of things, because people get in on the degen and then they learn about DeFi. Okay, that's the way it works. That's how you introduce the subject. They have to get into the degen stuff. They have to lose a few times. They have to learn the game a little bit more, and they have to learn liquidity. They have to learn all of that kind of stuff. But they always start on degen. Why? Because they want to turn a few $100 into thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's why the LARPing, the whole kimchi stuff is very effective. It's very effective form of outrage marketing, right? Like it's like these young guys who are making, they're shit coiners, and they're moving a 5K market cap up to 20K and like dumping it on people's heads. They like a Cupsy or something like that. Those like the younger audience are like, okay, I need to make money fast. Older audience doesn't need that. Why? Because you could have bought a house and it went up 5x, 10x in the last 10 years. Like literally, the boomer generation made so much fucking money from anything. The stock market, the fucking anything they bought, it basically went up. And it's like the younger generation take risks. That's why they're into gambling so much. They took so many risks and have to take risks because in order to escape the grind, the inflation and the price of and the cost of living and the cost of housing nowadays, whatever, is so much more that they have to gamble. Not that they want to gamble, they have to gamble. So what you see, and I'm just going to go solo here so that we get like a nice, the younger generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and then also kind of millennial to a degree, they have to take risk. It's like they have to gamble. There's no like putting a few $1,000 every month away and chucking it in the S&P 500 and possibly in 50 years time you'll be a millionaire, because how much is a million actually going to be worth at that point? How much is it going to be worth at that point? How much is the cost of living going to be? Like, cost of living crisis, we saw the craziness in COVID. So when they have a gambling mindset, if you're an older person, I'm in my mid-30s, right? So I feel like I'm just in between, right? But if you didn't buy a house when you were 10 years old, or if you didn't inherit a house or something like that, like, things completely changed. It was much more difficult. It costs, I think it was something like, it was a few months or a year's worth of salary back in the day to buy a house. Now it takes almost like 10 years worth of salary to buy a house. If you were to save every single month, month after month after month, everything that you can, not talking about your general costs and all of this kind of stuff. So it's exponentially harder to be able to purchase. So this is why you have the gambling mindset. The gambling mindset is like, make it, get rich or die trying kind of narrative, like have to make it. This is why guys are much more savage when it comes to why they're into meme coins, why they're into gambling, why they're into riskier methods in order to make money. It's just, as long as you understand that's your kids, that's your grandkids, or that's potential future generations. Also, everything's become more materialistic. You can't just be a plumber, and a lot of women that you're potentially dating or going to see nowadays, they expect some sort of lifestyle. You're competing with Drake, or you keep competing with guys who are athletes who do the NFL, soccer players, whatever, right? Who make hundreds of thousands of dollars per week, right? So it's a different game out here, and the access is so much easier with Instagram now. Social media has made it so much easier to have access to that. So it's normal. It's very, very normal. Like, this is kind of the reality of the younger generation. Why do they like the meme coins? Why do they like the gambling aspect? Because they have to make money quick. So it's not to hate on boomers. It's just to say that's the general dynamic of life nowadays. They don't have time to wait around 20, 30, 40 years, mainly because they've seen the cost of living go up exponentially, and now they're just like, I can't afford nothing, so might as well take the risk. It could pay off. Could do 100x or it could lose it. And that's the mindset, really. Let's have a look at a few comments real quick. Gaines is the dog on the loose, escapes from what? Why is it not working in the background? Escaped on a moon mission. Okay. Yeah, some generic meme coin rhetoric. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Cheers. STE wrap polls. Oh, is this wrapped? I don't know what this. Let me have a look. We'll have a look at some tickers. But anyway, that's ran over. Are we still not over the copies? Oh, right. Okay, it's another like PDI kind of shitcoin, huh? I guess the P copy. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, the guys. I would just want to have a look at distribution on something like this, bro. But we can have a look at it real quick. It's a mil, and every single time it gets to 3 mil, 4 mil, it gets put back down. Liquidity is tiny, 58k. Let's boost that up. Proxy contract, not great. 29k. Okay. I mean, yeah, if PDI goes, then probably people look for the alternative, but normally they go for PWBTC. Again, this is just copied version of like STETH. Like I don't see what makes it a good meme coin apart from the fact that it's just a copy. So if the P copies run, then this runs, I guess. But I don't know. Is PDI gonna run? I don't know. You tell me. Is it running right now? Let's have a look. PDI. Let's have a look at Ink for a second. Ink was pumping the other day. 39 mil market cap on Ink. Price is looking alright, to be fair. I mean, they all look the same, to be fair. But yeah, could head towards $1. What is this? Verify you're human. I'm fucking human, bro. Someone sent me the PDI chart, bro. I want to see the PDI chart. I've got to save it now. PDI. No. No, I did it. I did it when it was like 90% up from the bottom. So here's my theory, right? Let's go on the charts real quick. I wanted to look at like if someone's got the PDI deck screener thing, just send it to me right now. Okay, so Pulse is now at 100% plus from its all-time low. Okay, that's significant. I think it was like 200% would be a nice buffer, but then actually thinking about it, really, like when it comes to wrap Pulse, you know, you don't want it too high. Gas fees you want to maintain low. So that's why like I'm not bullish on like wrap Pulse going and doing like crazy X's. It won't ever do crazy X's just because of the fact that it's Pulse is the gas token. You want to keep that as low as possible. Price wise though, I mean, Pulse X is up 200%, burning a decent chunk. I think it's about 10-20 G's a day, which is crazy. About $1 billion plus. I want to say $1.5 billion every day. And then Hex is obviously the one that's been running, lowest liquidity, 800K versus 3 mil when it comes to PulseX. Hex lowest liquidity, but when you compare it to everything else, very, very low liquidity, very thin liquidity. So looks pretty damn good. I mean, like 450% up, and all of the coins have kind of moved in that direction, right? So it has to kind of maintain itself. It needs to keep going. I think the core tickers, safe to say that like the DCA, when it's gone 90 to 100% above its all-time high, that's when you DCA in. And even now, I can't remember the rates at which people sacrifice for ProveX, but whatever that was, if you're below that, then great, because it's at least probably going to reach that. Now, is it going to have some resistance at that point? Probably. But I cannot remember the actual day. Someone can put it in the chat. Tell me the day when the price of the tickers when the ProveX sacrifice happened. I want to know that, because I cannot remember for the life of me the day that it got announced. So let me know in the comment section. But the reason why I say that, I'm pretty sure where this line is was kind of around that time. I might be wrong. Maybe if I check Richie's Twitter, I can find out. ProveX sacrifice. Gosh, I hate the word sacrifice. No, he hasn't put. Thanks. Yeah, PDI. Okay, let's go back. Where? Oh yeah. Where was the first day he said ProveX sacrifice? Okay, so I mean, November? I want to say November. Something like that. Yeah. Oh, it was called something else, wasn't it? I can't remember. Let's just say November time. October, November. Or something like that. Just for context. So if we go and have a look at, let's just go November. Yeah, you can see here. So I think it was probably in and around this section here, like October, November, where it was kind of settled in this area. We're still not back. We're still not back to that marker. Yeah, probably this section here when it comes to ink. Probably do the same with Hex. If I go have a look at Hex, I bet you the same things probably happened. Yeah, November, October, November, around here. ProveX sacrifice. So it's kind of touching where the sacrifice happened. November 11th. Okay, someone just put that in the chat. Appreciate that. November 11th. Let's go here. November 11th. Yeah, literally right on that red candle marker there, yeah? Why? Because everyone had to sell their coins to then buy Solana or some other coin that's not in the freaking Pulse chain. Richie's coins. The coins that have real value. I'm kidding. But November 11th, yeah, around there. So, like, it's now coming to the point where it's going to test that mark. And it's probably, that's why I think I put a line around this mark here. Same with Pulsex, I want to say. Yeah. When was this? September, October, November here. So where this big candle is. So yeah, like this marker here. I actually don't want to move. Let's move this marker here. Around this mark. So that's where your next bit of resistance is. All of the tickers, all of the main tickers, all have had some resistance around that mark, and then the price went exponentially down. It actually went down so much, it went down another 80% from that. So, you know, we talk about our season, but obviously we're just getting back to pre-sacrifice ProveX, right? So that's an important caveat, important marker to remember. November 11th. ProveX, let's have a look at ProveX real quick. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, like, the only worry I'm always, like, you see these two yellow lines, bro. And this yellow line is representative of an absolute killer whale, which is Buck. You know, I like Buck. We talk to him, I speak to him on spaces and shit like that. But Buck is savage when it comes to trading, bro. He's a good trader. He's a very good trader, and I'm always very, very concerned. It's up 139%. You've got to remember, anyone who was in this pool hit that marker there, so they are 139% up on their trade. Now, the sacrifice wasn't that big. It was only 16 mil before you include Richard's Tornado Cash Ethereum that came through. But yeah, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. ProveX is doing very, very nicely because the guys who bought in at this sacrifice rate haven't cashed their chips out. They're holding. What are they holding for? I don't know. Probably when it hits all-time high, there might be a little bit chipped off. Maybe it goes a little bit further than all-time high. Maybe it gets up to this marker here. And your market cap at that point is probably around 200 mil. You know, maybe they're waiting for, what did it hit last time? 176 mil. Heads to about 200 or just before 200, 190 mil. Something like that before they start chipping some stuff off. So when it comes to ProveX, someone asked about ProveX. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, if you hit that, if you were in on that sacrifice rate, that's great. But you always got to remember, who are your competitors and what rate did they get in at? Your competitors are right here on this fucking line. And they've always been above that line. You can see there's always been resistance on this line. Why? And it did dip slightly below. There's always been resistance. Why? Because there are killer whales that have this sac rate. Okay? So you just have to take that with a pinch of salt. Okay? And then the other thing is that obviously the protocol itself, like what ProveX does and whatever, isn't live. So let's say there's a build-up of hype to it. Yeah, people are going to buy it. People are going to speculate on it, buy it. Then when it actually launches, probably goes up for a week and then drops off a cliff. Yeah, so I'm always like mega cautious. If you did sacrifice ProveX, GG's, you've done well. You've actually saved your bags because all of the money that went from every other ticker went into this ticker, and the ticker launched. We didn't know if Richie was going to, hold out for years on end when it comes to ProveX because he's done that before. But hey, GG's. Let's have a look at BNB for a second. I wanted to just highlight this. BNB in 2027 are going to have a massive, big upgrade. I think it's very, very bullish for BNB and probably also for smaller tickers. I've been ranting about Asta. Let me have a look at it because I did see it was pumping the other day. Maybe it's gone back down. No, I mean, it looks like it's about to break out. Yeah, probably will break out. What else has been doing well? Cashcat had a really nice reversal. Look, I mean, if you bought that dip or any of the dips, it's done pretty decently. I mean, that's the benefit for quick gains as well. Some guys, PDI, here we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Let me go find this on stream first. Guys, chuck some tickers in the chat as well, or any questions, or whatever. Let's just interact. Let's have a good time. I'm going to try and find PDI now. You know what's so annoying about PDI is searching PDI and finding good die, which I'm pretty sure is Matty Allen's token on on Deck Screener. Yeah, that's annoying. Die wrap pulse, and then it will probably come up. Is this the ticker? Let me just check. No, it's not. Oh, dude, there's so many freaking dies on there. That's why I used to use oh my gosh. How can I copy? Oh yeah, on YouTube. Let me just copy it. Let me just open up the YouTube tab real quick. Agree. Profex protocol will cliff dive like every other tech in the space. XRP would never make a new all-time high if the bank's adopted. Blah 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 blah. No, I mean like it looks good. I mean it looks good. It's the easiest or one of the easiest to pump outside of Hex. The problem with Hex is that you have inflation coming out in the future, and like people are going to get absolutely demolished on that, especially when it gets to the 7-year mark, which is not far away from. But okay, nice. Let me take that. No, that's there it is. Let me just save that. Put it in portion project, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just and it's probably easiest to pump. I would presume, but okay. Let's have a look at PDI. Someone's going to clip this up probably. Somi, if you're listening, here's your 5 minutes of fame and advertisement for PDI. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just PDI in it. 128 mil market cap. Nice move up from this bottom here in February. Done 200%. Nice. Not that much liquidity. But yeah, I mean, probably your next big, let's go on the weekly time frame. Your next big resistance is probably going to be somewhere around here. So maybe a 3x from here if the price of it, all the cores are going up as well. I'm a big fan of it. No, not really. Just bullshit conspiracies all the time. Kind of reminds me of that, all the girls on TikTok, all the feminists going and advocating for this woman that unalived her 3 children. Yeah. But yeah, I think resistance probably around this mark. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, he has cancer on the chain. Incredible. People fall for this after mass extractions. Yeah, I know. Like it's really badly distributed. I think Liberty Swap did it was Hexalina Pulsar did a massive big thing. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, guys get greedy and they want to get behind a coin and, they move a coin, whatever. I never thought that this would take off as much as it did. It went up to 3 cents. I don't think this will ever go to $1. But, people can trade this coin. It's tradable, so GG's. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan of it at all. Especially when, like, the two big guys who talk about it just are undoxed. They're not in the limelight. They just are hiding in the shadows, which would be, what's his name? I forget his name. Some British lad and some other lad who's in Bali. So yeah, not a big fan of it, but people still play on it, use it. So yeah, where are we at the moment? Like an hour in. I think we're pretty good to wrap up. Mint coin. Oh, really? Oh, fucking hell. Can we come up with something like decent? These are not memeable coins, bro. Oh man, it's just like the same shit. I mean, it's up 38%, 120K's worth of liquidity. Let me see, 60K. I guess that's PDI. Is mint. All right, cool. I mean, I guess lock time, mint scarcity. Okay. Let me see this. There's a red token. Every holder earns PDI. I mean, yeah, GG's, bro. Like, it's, it helps a niche product do what it does. I'm just looking at the website right now. P-Mint, I mean, yeah, sell it to the PDI guys. They'll probably be interested in it, but that's where P-Mint's at, 1.7 mil. All of the liquidities with PDI, 20 mils worth of PDI, which I think is 60K's worth of value. There's a lot of red flags on this. Why? I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, I mean, just $1 million coin, has shit ton of inflation. Well, not shit ton, but you mine it and you earn PDI. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's great for PDI holders. GG's. Yeah, PDI is a lottery mentality, narrative monkey, need to position more with the dumb fucks. Yeah, I mean, like, always run, bro. Like, it's here to stay. Like, whether you like it or not. Sorry, Paul String guys, but it's here to stay. I'll say that. Like, there was a successful grift on, it's like one of the biggest LARPs on Polstring. But you can make money from the LARPing, so GG's. I mean, it's here to stay, bro. And the more controversial it is, the better. The more BS, the better. Unfortunately, rationality doesn't pay, but irrationality does. So PDI to $1. GG's to my guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's going to be interesting week. Guys, go and follow one of my friends. He's doing a pretty cool challenge on Base right now. His name's Base Junkie, and he does streams as well. So go follow him, Mike. And he is doing a trading challenge where he's starting off with, I think he started off with $1,000. He's up to like 6K right now. So if you guys are degening on Base, like, I would go. He's getting quite a few viewers, man. He's got like 3,000 viewers right now on his show. So go check him out. His tag is literally @BaseJunkie_. He's a good friend, long-term friend. I've known him since I was a kid. And yeah, bro, he's been doing this trading challenge essentially. So he's up to 6K. Yes, he started off at $690, and he's up to $5,647. No, 6,000 now. Was the latest post? Yeah, $690. He's gone to 6K. So go follow him. I mean, particularly for base plays, go follow him because he's kind of cool. And like, when you go follow him, just send him a message and say MGC told me to follow you. But he's big. I mean, he's big in the base space, bro. Like, I think he's followed by who's he followed by? I'm pretty sure. Oh my gosh, there's people I know who's following. No, I think he's followed by Jesse. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Go check him out. Just from a different space, different ecosystem. Just expand your roots a little bit. Shoot him hex maybe. He's made money on Pulse Chain, by the way. He's made 5 figures on Pulse Chain from one of the plays that I called to him. So he knows that Pulse Chain's around. He knows how to bridge Pulse Chain, all of that kind of stuff. Just go say hi and go follow him, and jump in on his spaces also, and jump in on his streams. So go follow him as well. On that note, like, share, and subscribe. That's always good. And yeah, I'll probably see you on the next one. I don't know when it's going to be. Maybe in the week. I'm thinking about flipping the schedule a little bit so that it's like late American time rather than early my time. But yeah, some considerations to make. Might be moving on as well and moving to a more comfortable time zone. We'll see. Fingers crossed. So like, share, and subscribe. Check out mgcintel.com. Best platform for on-chain intelligence and information. And also go follow me on TikTok as well. MoneyGangCrypto 2. Trying to build that account up as well. Appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for all the questions in the stream. And hopefully we see more of a pump this week. Like, fingers crossed. 80K. Maybe we head towards 85K. Fingers crossed. I don't want to curse it. Let's